Apparently I'm live, so now is the time for me to get out everything that I recorded. I'm not wearing my top denture. Sorry, I'm just not. Had it in as well before. I recorded a whole vlog with this title, a whole entire vlog. And then last night, having had many problems with the microphone, trying to get the last shot of my soup, the microphone fell into the soup. And today, when I listened back to the vlog that I'd spent a half hour recording in the kitchen, it was crackle, crackle, crackle. So I've thrown caution to the wind and ordered a new one from the Amazon. But the reason that I had started recording a vlog in the first place was to talk about a lot of the things that have been on my mind lately, and there's been a hell of a lot, which all strangely links into each other. So I'll start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start. A good few months ago, I did a live walking vlog. It must have been about a year ago, actually, really. I did a live walking vlog. And it was a very, very deep one. And the kind of, the essence of it was about the legacy we leave. And I suppose that it had been triggered by the not too long ago from it, the death of my cousin, who was like a decade younger than me, and who died of cancer. And so it was a very, very deep vlog. It was like I said, it was a walkie-talkie vlog, and it was about 2 hours long. Hello, by the way, people who are watching, and bless you. The only reason I'm doing this live is because I'd recorded the vlog and then it was gone. You know, the sound was terrible. And I really wanted to get all this off my chest. I think it's really important. Life lessons for us all, and lessons I'm still learning at 51, very much so. So, with that vlog in mind, the Legacy You Leave vlog, which I deleted. The only thing I've deleted 2 vlogs from the channel, both live walking vlogs. One where I had a run-in with a woman in a charity shop, I got rid of that. And this one, which I got rid of by request. But it was a very deep one because, now here's the rub. We're all going to die, right? It's what we all have in common. We're born and we die. And you never know, really, when that's going to be. You have no idea. And so what's always been very important to me is the legacy I leave. I want the legacy I leave to be something positive. I want to leave a positive mark on this earth. What were we watching last night? Oh, Ben Fogle's new Lives in the Wild kind of things, catching up with a lady in Wales. And was it that where it was said, or was it something else? It was something about, you know, the stamp you mark on the earth says, I did as much good as I could here. So yeah, it's massively important to me, the legacy that I leave, and I think it should be a priority for everybody to think about the legacy that they leave. What legacy will you leave when you're gone? What will people remember about you? In what ways will you have helped them? Something I think about very much with my own YouTube consumption. This is another thing that's triggered this kind of vlog. Started watching a lot of humans being awesome to each other vlogs. You know, those little short 10 minutes, restore your faith in humanity type of vlogs, because my soul has needed them. because there is so much negativity and drama for the sake of it. And I don't know, perhaps I'm an overly sensitive soul. Perhaps I'm, perhaps I'm an old hippie. I mean, I was born in 69, the year of peace. How long? It was bound to happen. So the legacy that I leave is massively important to me, but what I support on this earth is also massively important to me, which is why I've mentioned in recent vlogs I stopped watching Jeffree Star. I'm no longer watching RuPaul's Drag Race. All the luck to all the queens in the world, which they'll get anyway. That's the premise of the show. They then become famous and start charging a fortune, and they become the thing that all the drag fans focus on. But it's because of RuPaul I don't want to watch the show anymore. So I'm very careful about where I put my like and my comment, because as much I love drama as much as the next man. But I don't want to feed it, not when it's negative, not when it doesn't help anybody. I've said it before and I'll say it again. How does this help? Who does this help? The really important questions to ask yourself. Have you ever heard the story about, is it a parable? I'm not sure if it's called a parable. I'm trying to stay on this side so so I don't look like a hillbilly. Sorry, that's not meant to be offensive. I mean the Beverly Hillbillies, or at least their cousins. Lost my thread completely. Yes, I think it's a parable, but I'm not sure if I'm using completely the wrong word there. Where the Native American grandfather, let's say, says to his grandson, our spirit is made of two wolves. One of them is angry and bitter and selfish and cruel and will take and hurt. One of them is bright and joyful and giving and caring and loving and will help. And these wolves are constantly battling each other. And the little grandson said, which one wins? And the granddad said, the one you feed. Such a beautifully powerful little story. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, whoa, life lesson. Got that. Totally get that. The same kind of power as when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Because we all say that, don't we? We all say that moralistically we're going to have a good moral compass and we're going to follow its guidance and we're always going to turn in the right direction and blah, 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 blah. I had a friend once. The only reason I'm telling you this story is because I had a friend once. And she had a friend, another girl, who I didn't know. And she was telling me one day, oh, it's dead awkward, she's having an affair with another guy. Anyway, he went round the other night for a coffee. And Ubby sat there, well, I'm his friend as well, and I felt really awkward, didn't know where to look. And I was like, even though it's a horrible situation to be put in, I don't believe in infidelity, by the way. Having spent someone with 8 years who was a cheating, lying bastard, I know how much it hurts. If you don't want to be in a relationship, end it. Then start seeing somebody else. Or if you have an open relationship, fine. Obviously, we've already discussed it. Good luck to you. I know people in open relationships and it works for them. But if you're not in one and you have a vow of marriage, Don't cheat. Anyway, so I said to my friend, and you know about this and you're okay with that? And he's your friend, is he? So I asked her outright, what if the role was reversed? What if your husband was having an affair with another woman and he knew about it and he was your friend and he never told you? I would never speak to him again. Ta-da! Live what you expect from other people. If you expect people to be loyal and to not lie to you, then be loyal and don't lie to them. Do you know what I mean, though? So, the wolf that you feed, the likes that you give, the comments that you give matter. They're all part of that feeding the wolf. And I found myself having to pull away from a lot of things because people have shown me who they are and I believe them and I'm happy for them. Fine, okay. Doesn't mean I have to have you in my life. Trying to be a good person doesn't mean that you allow yourself to get walked over or you're, do you know what I mean? Like, if you call someone out for an action and everyone's like, thought you were really kind and compassionate. Well, I'm calling someone out because that's actually what friends do. Friends don't let friends be assholes. And if they're not really friends, if they're just acquaintances and they're an asshole, block them out of your life, done with, gone. Okay, show me who you are, and that's fine if you're happy with that. Not the kind of thing I accept. Block, 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 bye. And that's not cruel, that's being kind to yourself. That's making sure that your wolf is being fed in the right way. What we accept becomes a part of us. And it's awful being put in positions as well where people tell you things and you think, hang on, I know that now. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Especially when it's regarding infidelity. It's a very, very big thing for me. That very big. So yeah, because I know it's a bit morbid. It sounds a bit morbid, but we don't know when we're going to die. We never know when we're going to die. Any of us. I could die next week or in a few months, or maybe I'll be really lucky and have a couple more decades, a few more decades in me. That'd be wonderful. But I'm not banking on it. I'm not counting on it. And so I want the me that I am right now to be the right kind of me. I want to share the right kind of messages with people. If I'm to inspire people, please let it be in a good way. Let it be through veganism or gardening or the love of my husband or the fact that I don't tolerate bullshit, the fact that I don't allow it on the channel, the fact that I block it out, that it's gone. I try to feed my good wolf. And I try to feed him, her. Him, her. I try to feed them well. And it's not like I'm not making myself out to be anything special or unique or more than anybody else. Absolutely not. It's a constant effort. I'm an ever-evolving man, woman, they, them, ever-evolving, constantly changing, trying to adapt myself to be the best version of me, to tell the right stories, to share the right messages, to do the right thing. And sometimes I'm going to fluff up, I'm going to fluff up, I'm going to make mistakes, and I'm going to try to learn from them and move on from them. So, I can see there's incredible 54 people watching. Bless your cotton socks, everybody. And I can see that there's some marvellous chat going on in the chat here. Bless you all. Yeah, HSP, highly sensitive person. And, like I said, just wanting to be a good person. Jason and I discussed it when we first started this this channel properly, because as many of you may know, we started it in 2015, didn't do much with it. Daft little thing here and there. We didn't really get it. Do you know what I mean? And then in 2017, it became the Great Healer. It had already started to be a little bit of something in 2016, but in 2017, it really became the Great Healer after the horror. And we said right at the start, because we were watching a lot of YouTube at the time as well, because I don't take it for granted, having this platform is amazing. It's amazing for YouTube to say, here's a channel. There you go. Put what you want on it. It's yours. I love that. I love that. And as it started to really become something for Jason and I, and I'll be really honest with you, the ultimate aim is for YouTube to sustain us. And I know that's, see, I shouldn't say that. Manifestation. There are many people whose whole career is centered around YouTube. And we would be delighted for that to happen to us. And we anticipate it. So we always wanted to do it in the right way. We said right at the start, we're never going to be overproduced. We're going to try our best not to be contrived, although sometimes it is nice to have a nice B-roll shot or, you know, something. But we wanted to share us, who we are as people. We wanted to share our lives and make sure that what we shared had good intention and good meaning, and maybe inspired people to try vegan, maybe eat a little bit healthier, maybe do a little bit more exercise. These are all lessons we need to learn ourselves. So we take you along on the journey with us. And I hope that this channel does become a part of the legacy I leave, of the legacy we leave. I keep saying I, because I'm like, I'll die before Jason, of course I will. And yeah, I want to leave a good legacy. I want Pink Triangle Theatre, for example, the theatre company that we did tackling homophobia nationally, thousands of young people. I know from what was written on those feedback slips that the majority of those young people will never forget what they saw. They'll never forget how we interacted with them and how down to earth and normal we were and how we chatted and laughed and joked. They'll never forget that. And that's a good thing. That feels so nice that this incredibly positive message has been shared in a real down-to-earth way so that people remember it, so it sticks with them. So all of that makes it more powerful. Not just who says it, but how they say it. Not just how they say it, but in what ways. Everything that we share as human beings is important. YouTube could be a huge legacy for all I know, because I know that a lot of people watch YouTube, and I also know that many people don't have the courage to leave a comment or just don't want to, but are impacted by what they've seen or heard. So, do you know, I'm glad I've done it this way now with my denture not in, because it's much more real. It's like I'm completely in my scrags. I had a fancy t-shirt on and everything, trying to sell a bit of merch. Can't blame me, it does help. But this is my proper scrag top. It's got an hole in the back. Where is it? I keep catching it on the door as I'm walking outside. Where is it? Maybe it's not this one. I can't bloody feel it now. Any road, I'm waffling. So yeah, life is full of lessons every day, every moment. Whether we choose to learn them and integrate them into ourselves is purely a personal choice. And I think, I know I mentioned it before, but I'll just elaborate a little bit. What you feed yourself, what you watch is massively important. So because of YouTube's realism, I'm very careful now what I support on YouTube. Very, very careful. And just lately, my soul has needed some good food. And these videos, these little short restore your faith in humanity videos, bros being bros, and 10 minutes of people helping each other and being good with each other, they're so important. I've been watching a lot of them lately. And I was watching one with Jason the other night, and I explained this to him and said, like, I feel like I've needed this just lately. I've needed to feed myself goodness, to remember, because sometimes the negativity, the drama, the trolls can feel much bigger than they really are. Just because you're not feeding yourself enough good. So I wanted to feed myself lots of good. And I said to Jason, we must remember, although it feels like sometimes there are so many negative, greedy, hurtful, cruel people in the world. And as much as I don't like us and them situations, there are more of us than them. There are. And we have to remember that. We have to remember that every single human being on the earth has the potential to be a wonderful version of themselves. Every single one. It's a choice. Just like being vegan is a choice, isn't it? I mean, when you're like us, it's a responsibility. It's a duty. It's a have to, must do. But people who aren't, it's a choice. It's a choice they avoid choosing. And I think a lot of people avoid. I think a lot of people are scared of being good people because they're scared of being taken advantage of. They're scared of well, exactly that. They're scared of being taken advantage of people laughing at their kindness and their goodness. But that's never bothered me, because that kind of thing says way more about them than it ever could about you. Ever. So I think it's amazing to be a good. It's amazing to be a good person and to make it a conscious effort, constant, conscious, conscious effort, willing to adapt. It isn't like, oh yes, I'm a good person, full stop. It's like, oh right, I'm a good person. Could I do that better? You know. So yeah, I don't look half as pretty as I did on the original with crappy sound, but we should get our new microphone tomorrow. And I've ordered a Rode. This one weren't a Rode. Rode is supposed to be best. So I've ordered it anyway. Right, I'm reading you all. How long have we been on? Can't even see. Can't even see. Let me look. Oh, it's up there at the top. Yes, this is about the length of that blog that I did. Well, no, that was about 20 minutes, but it was a good one. So yeah, if I want to leave you with anything at the end of this vlog, I want to leave you with An awareness of the two wolves inside you constantly battling. And awareness of which one you feed. An awareness of your legacy, what you will leave when you're no longer here, and what you want to leave. And if the two don't match, change that. And be careful what you tolerate. Be careful what you put up with from people. Because what you tolerate becomes a part of you. You know? And I think we've all got to be more discerning in that. I'm gonna go and feed my good wolf now, and leave this as where I've talked a hell of a lot. So I'm sorry for those of you who were expecting a live chat that it isn't, but I'm glad some of you have had a chance to chat there. I needed to get all this out. I needed to share it with you. I needed to let you know that I'm feeding myself good things at the moment. Things that are good for my soul. That was a cat outside. It's probably shouting for ISIS. Yeah, and I bloody love this community. Massive shout out to so many of you, all our patrons and channel members, and those of you who've sent donations on PayPal for the allotment. Massive thank yous to you all, and super special massive thank you to Frank, Helen, and Siobhan. Love you guys. You're my reality of restoring my faith in humanity. YouTube videos just keep it topped up. Yeah, let's all aim to leave a good stamp on the earth, shall we? I was here. I mattered. I meant well. There you go. Thanks so much for coming and joining me, and thank you for listening. I adore this community so much. You are amazing people. You feed my soul goodness so much, so much. Don't ever underestimate that. Don't ever underestimate what you do for me. I know some of you say, I love this channel, it's helped me through lockdown, and that touches my soul so deeply. Same. You matter to me massively, and I love you. And thank you very much for listening. And I'm going to leave it there and speak to you soon. Be excellent to yourself and each other. Bye, my loves. Bye.